What is going on, you guys? And welcome back to your channel. As you guys can tell by the title of today's video, we got a little bit of a spicy one. It's been the talk of the town over the last couple of weeks, and as you guys have seen from the leaked GA chat and everything on Twitter yesterday when you guys are watching this, the M4 is officially gone, I guess, hopefully by the time you guys are watching this. So we're going to go through the reasoning that my team had for being a no vote. We were one of the 4 that kept it in the league, so I'm just going to go through an explanation for you guys because I've talked about it on stream a lot, but I haven't really talked about it in like an actual sit down setting to articulate my thoughts at all. And we're just going to get into it and why it kind of had the Call of Duty community by the balls. So without further ado, let's get started. So hopefully by the time that you guys are seeing this, I think it should be public that the M4 is G8. If not, then TACRAB, here you go. Yeah, it's gone mid stage 1 qualifier. I think that it's kind of hilarious timing considering that it's been voted on a handful of times at this point. Again, my team was a no vote, which I'll talk about a little bit later in the video. But yeah, it's gone mid qualifier, so teams are gonna have to adjust. You know, we've been scrimming with the M4 for at this point like a month or so, and we're just all gonna go to using the SCAR, and everyone's gonna complain about that because the headshot multiplier is nuts. But that's another video. We'll get down there. So as for the reasoning that my team was a no vote, and I'm sure the other teams that had a no vote as well shared the same sentiment, is that we didn't want the game to change going into Major 1 qualifiers. The millisecond that Major 1 was over, my team would have voted out the M4. No problem. That's not... We aren't keeping the M4 because we like the M4. We're keeping it because it was a continuation of the practice that we have had thus far. This includes the other GAs. We voted to keep in snipers. We voted to keep in smokes. We voted to keep in the M4. We wanted a continuation of the practice that we had already started prior to all of these votes. And that standard was carried across the other votes, as I had just mentioned. So... that was the reasoning that my team was a no vote. I don't want to speak on behalf of the other teams because I'm not sure, but I would assume that that is the same sentiment there as well. Now, the reason that at this point the gun is now G8 is because it went on Twitter. I mean, let's be honest. Twitter kind of changes everything in Call of Duty, whether it be rule changes, whether it be things with the CDL, whether it be GAs, whatever. Twitter kind of changes everything. When things become public, that's when change happens. Now, it's a pretty shit precedent that Twitter's kind of the only way to like activate real change within Call of Duty. It's just the precedent that's been set for years and years at this point, so I don't think that's changing anytime soon. But yeah, that's the reason that it's gone. I think that a lot of the teams kind of got bullied into it. I mean, my team was still a no vote because for the exact same reason I already mentioned, because we've already been practicing with all this shit. And we kind of, it's the same thing as the snipers. I think people just kind of, the public saw it, reacted, and the pro teams kind of flip-flopped what they wanted to do based on public reaction or how they're doing in scrims or whatever. Teams started to change their vote because they don't want to use the M4 anymore. Now, as I've already mentioned, it could have been any gun. The fact that it's the M4 has nothing to do with like why we're a yes or a no vote. We could have been GAing the SCAR and we still would have voted no because, like I said, my team wanted to continue and build upon the practice we've already had with smoke, snipers, and the M4 and respawn. A lot of people have been saying, oh, like we're changing S&D before the event. Like, how does that logic not just carry over to respawn? Like, how are we not going to... I understand the frustration for sure, but again, my team was no votes on everything. We wanted to keep in smokes, we wanted to keep in snipers, we wanted to keep the M4. The M4 in itself, just to talk logically for a second, is bullshit. The gun is absolutely insane, which is the reason that we would have voted it out the millisecond that Major 1 was over. The gun's absolutely nuts. I'm sure as a viewer, you guys hate watching it. I think this is something that a lot of pro players have talked about going into Major 1, is that you guys are going to see 6 to 8 ARs on the map at all times just because that's the nature of the game. We've GA'd barrels on the gun. We've voted on the gun multiple times. This has been a multiple step process. So like we've GA'd the fast M4, so you can only use a certain barrel. Like the gun is insane in itself. So the fact that it's gone shouldn't be surprising to anyone, and I think a lot of people are happy that it's going to be gone. Again, I have no issue with the gun being gone. It's just like kind of annoying for how we've been practicing. I use the SCAR anyway. So I have no issue with the transition whatsoever, but I think you guys are going to see a lot of things with the SCAR. I want it to be known that you guys are going to see some pretty crazy kills because the headshot multiplier with that weapon is out of this world. The M4, don't get me wrong, like kills very, very quickly, and the gun is very boring to watch, but the SCAR is not bad by any means. So when you guys are seeing some crazy kills, think back to this video. So just to talk about the Twitter thing for a second, there's been a lot of drama over the last couple of days in the Call of Duty world with the Minnesota optic thing. I already talked about that, and I had a previous upload about that if you guys want to watch that. My opinions on the whole situation. At this point, we've got the delays from the stream the first couple of days that were a big talking point. We have now the M4 GA. We had the Sniper GA talked about. Twitter is becoming the round table in a way for voting. So I don't know if that's a good thing.
No, he's not.
No, it's not even like actually funny. You threw a temper tantrum and posted screenshots and you didn't get your way.
Oh,
Wait, hold up.
Oh,
Now, wait.
Real beef, no
You
memes.
actually want me to start cooking you?
Oh!
Do you actually want me to start cooking you?
What do you have to
What kind of dumb shit? What kind of dumb shit you saying? I trolled Donnie, and then I got called out for apparently not voting, even though that's not true. So I pulled out screenshots to prove what someone was saying was
listen,
not
bro.
true.
But we didn't say that.
And now,
that you didn't vote.
no, let me
Get his ass.
again.
He ain't finished.
Here we go.
Because I started the fucking chat, and not once have I ever gone to Twitter or anything like that. But all of you guys consistently do it every fucking time. So I left that bitch.
Never me.
And
I've
then
never
now-
done that.
Oh,
I do that.
for sure. You
Jaden
never
once said
gone
he's
on
gonna
stream.
expose
Wait,
predicted.
No, hold on.
You've never gone
hold
on
on.
stream and said some dumb shit?
No, what have I been against actually?
Maybe just involving everyone in the Call of Duty community, whether it be fans, whoever, to just to be a part of it. You know, maybe a public vote. Maybe we should have 12 votes, and then a 13th would be like a public vote. I think that would be cool. And one more thing that I want to mention before I continue. This is an AR based game. We've had, at this point, now that the M4 GA has gone through, we've had the AK-47 or the Castall, whatever it's called. That's gone. The Fennec is gone. The 74U, which is like technically an AR, but like not really. The AUG is now gone. And including the M4, we have 5 G8 guns, 4 of which being ARs. So the nature of Modern Warfare 2 as a game is just AR heavy. The game is just catering to AR players. It's not necessarily an M4 thing. I think it's just an AR thing. Don't get me wrong, subs are still blessed. I'll take that shit to my grave. But the game is just AR heavy. You guys are still going to see maybe 6 scars on the map at times because that's just the style of the game. So I think that people, while yes, the M4 is very good, I think the style and what you guys are seeing on stream might not change. I could be wrong. We haven't really scrimmed with the SCAR yet. Oh, I mean, I have, but a lot of teams haven't because, you know, they've just been using the M4 the whole time. But I was being someone that's used it. The gun is very good, guys. The gun is extremely good. So in terms of play style and stuff, you guys might not see any changes. And if you don't, then that's kind of shitty from a viewer perspective, and I understand. But the M4 was just nuts, and it had to go. So I hope this video could clear up some things for you guys. Obviously, you know, the reasoning between my teams, no vote on the M4, which again is now gone, so it doesn't matter in the first place. I hope this video could clear up some things for you guys. So thank you all so much for watching. As always, have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll see you guys with the SCAR. I think it's gonna be. I mean, like I said, I've used the gun. I've used it in matches. I use it in scrims all the time. The gun is insane, guys. It's not. The M4 was nuts, but the SCAR is also very, very good. So it's a potential that we still see 6 of them. I feel sorry for you guys, but that's just the world that we live in right now. It's an AR's world, and subs are just living in it. So I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you all for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day.